What's good, everybody? NicMakesPlays here. Today, I'm going to go over what I think is the absolute best, strongest deck in Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel is Tri-Brigade Zoodiac. This deck is absolutely amazing in terms of ladder, ranking up, in terms of tournaments. This is just overall the strongest deck in the game. It's most resilient to the meta. For multiple reasons, really. It just does the most for the least amount of cards. Like, one Fractal gets you its boss monster, Tri-Brigade Shurog. To banish their card, Tri-Brigade Revolt, insanely powerful trap, and the best traps in the game. Just win the game on the spot by itself. If they max you, it has great stopping points, so it's not like other decks that are also very strong, like higher tier decks like Drytron, where they kind of just lose the maxi. This deck is just well-rounded, and it's simple, it's straightforward, and it wins. So let's get into it. And before we get into the video, if you guys like Tri-Brigade Zoodiac, make sure that you like the video, subscribe, and let's get started. Alright, the first card of the deck is DD Crow. We run 2 DD Crow in this deck. It is a well-rounded hand trap. You don't really draw multiples of them, but it's first up to Wing Beast, right? So all the Tri-Brigade Zoo monsters need to banish Beast, Beast Warrior, Wing Beast in the graveyard to edit their effects, so he helps fill the grave for that. It also is just a hand trap that's actually good versus Eldritch by banishing the Golden Lord. Most other hand traps like the Effect Veiler, Infinite Permits aren't the greatest versus the Eldritch deck. This one's good against the meta in multiple different ways, so very strong hand trap and has a lot of synergy in the deck. Next we have Effect Veiler. This card is really well-rounded in Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel because every deck uses effect monsters. And it dodges chain blocks. By that I mean certain cards like Ash can only stop the most recent thing on the chain. So people can do certain things to dodge this by making they don't want to be negated earlier in the chain, so you can't negate it. Or Effect Veiler doesn't have to be on the last thing in the chain, so you can do this on things that are chain block. It's particularly strong in the mirror match. All the Tri-Brigade cards have to banish Beast, Beast Warrior, Wing Beast from the graveyard to try and activate their effect as a cost, and then you can just effect Veiler them. So very strong in the mirror to have 3 Imperm, 3 Veiler. Shut down all the opposing Tri-Brigade monsters. They lose all their fuel from the graveyard, and you're getting their effects off, and they're not. So very strong. I'm gonna go over the hand traps first, and then I'll go over the monsters because they kind of go in sequence of what order you use them in. So next we go to Maxi, best card in Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel, pretty straightforward, needs no introductions. Discards from your hand whenever your opponent special summons, you draw a card. Decks that special summon heavy, which is like a lot of decks in Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel, you draw a card for every single card they special summon, right? So you basically have to stop in their tracks, you'll just kill them next turn, and yeah, you just win. So one of the strong parts of this deck is that this deck doesn't special summon that much, and you have a lot of good stopping points against Maxi, where you can be like, okay, I'll just special summon once, and that's like good enough to win with this deck. So, very good. Next, Ash, Blossom Joy Spring, another staple in Yu-Gi-Oh! One of the best cards in the game, able to stop opposing Maxis, stop searching, stop enemies combos or consistency cards, very strong. For spells, we have 3 Pot of Desires. This card's just to draw 2 in this deck. You banish top card, 10 cards in your deck, draw 2, but you run 3 outs of every single Tri-Brigade card, so you're able to just reliably still have what you need in the deck. You're not gonna like banish 3 of a certain unit, and if you're in a lot of spots, you can combo off first and then Pot of Desires afterwards. You can thin your deck of the Tri-Brigade units, and you can draw into your cards like Imperm, like Twin Twisters, Revolt, DD Crow, Effect Failure. So just like drawing 2 hand traps is just good protection and good to interact with your opponent. Very versatile card to either draw the combo pieces you need, draw interaction, or just get card advantage. Also, the Zoodiac monsters, you only need to draw 1 of the 3. It's not like the combo where you use all 3 of them. Just drawing 1 of them does the same as the others, essentially. So, yeah, doesn't really conflict with the Zoodiacs either. Next, we have Fire Formation Tenki. This card is absolutely amazing. This deck searches a Beast Warrior. So, the Beast Warriors in this deck, you have Fractal, which is the one like you want to see most of the time. So, Fractal, it searches like pretty much the best Tri-Brigade monster in the deck. So you can search your Tri-Brigades for Tri-Brigade comboing, or it can search your Zoodiacs for the Zoodiac combos. So either way, you get your Zoodiac combos or your Tri-Brigade combos. Extremely flexible card. Absolutely amazing in this deck. Next, we have Twin Twisters. Very good against back row heavy decks, such as the Eldritch deck, or just rogue decks in general, like Trap Trick, stuff like that. Discard 1 card, target up to 2 spell traps in the field, destroy them. So you can discard Kit or Nervball to get their effects, which is very, very strong way to use your Tri-Brigade engine, but also play out back rows to open up their back rows, open the field for your plays to go through and resolve. You can also discard dead cards, save like 2 Pot of Desires or something. It's a nice way to fix your hand by discarding cards you don't need. Next, we have Infinite Impermanence, another card that's great in the mirror match. It's stopping the Tri-Brigade effects, you're able to just negate the opposing Tri-Brigade effects while using yours. Again, pretty much every deck uses effect monsters, so it negates those. Very good as a hand trap when you're going second, because you can use it from your hand if you have no cards on the field. So if they try to, like, you know, Drytron's going first, opening up their combo. If you have like Imperm plus Phaler, or Imperm versus DD Crow, Imperm as Ash, or just like Max E, you can kind of stop them in their tracks, shut off their turn 1, and then you're able to play the game and win from there. Last but not least, of the spell and traps at least, is Tri-Brigade Revolt. This card is absolutely broken. There's no sugarcoating it. This card is so strong. Most importantly, it's searchable by Bearbum, which is in the links. We'll get to that later. But special summon a number of your Beast, Beast Warrior, and Wing Beast monsters that are banished and in your graveyard. But negate their effects. That only means effects from the field, by the way. Then immediately after this effect resolves, link summon one Tri-Brigade Link monster using only those monsters. Okay, so essentially, you just use this as trap on their turn summon Shirog. You can banish one of their monsters that this doesn't target, so you get a non-targeting banish. But then, it sends to the graveyard all the Tri-Brigade you linked with, and they all get their graveyard effects. So you're linking for this 3,000 attack monster that banished one of their cards without targeting. Then you're searching a Tri-Brigade monster, dumping a Tri-Brigade monster. You're just getting so many effects on one card. And again, it's searchable, which we'll get into the combo later. This card is absolutely one of the most powerful cards in the whole deck. But now let's get into the Tri-Brigade monsters so I can show you what their roles are and the combo. You want to start your Tri-Brigade combos with Tri-Brigade Fractal. You often will, because it's searchable off Fire Formation Tenki, because it's a Beast Warrior. So Fractal has an effect. You can discard it from the hand to send a Tri-Brigade monster from your deck to the graveyard. So you use Tri-Brigade Fractal, sending Tri-Brigade Kit back to the graveyard. When Kit's sent to the graveyard, it sends another Tri-Brigade to the graveyard. You send Nerval. Nerval, when sent to the graveyard, searches a Tri-Brigade monster, so you can search another Fractal to normal summon, or a Karas. Karas can be special summoned by discarding a card, so this helps you play through traps, play through like back rows, you know, push extra things per turn. But I guess if you already have like Fractal or a normal summon one, any of these, you search Karas. Otherwise, if you have Karas, you can just search one of these. So every single Tri-Brigade monster has the ability. You can banish a number of Beast, Beast Warrior, or Wing Beast monsters in the graveyard. Special summon one Beast, Beast Warrior, or Wing Beast Link from the extra deck, which is pretty much our whole extra deck. So this combo of dumping this to dump this to search lets you fuel your grave with the Beast, Beast Warriors, whatever, to make the links. It also, you still have the monster on the field itself, so you can link with the monster itself. So you can go like Fractal, discard Kit, discard Nerval, summon Fractal, and then link all of them for Shirog, or you can link the ones in the graveyard for a level 3, do some combos. A very regular end board you'll have is you can link for Appaloosa, Bow of the God, which negates your opponent's monster effects once per chain, and you can also search a Tri-Brigade Revolt, which lets you use those ones you just banished to link again for Shirog, which again banishes on target. So there's a lot of combos here. The best opening or ending board with this deck would be the Ancient Warrior's Oath plus Appaloosa is possible, but it's just kind of crazy how one card does so much. Like one card can get you a non-targeting banish or summon a card against monster effects and stuff like that. So yeah, basically that's how you use all the cards, is Fractal. This one, when you use it, you get to the graveyard, it dumps one. When Nerval goes to the graveyard, it searches, and then Cross helps you special one to push through. Back rows, the other part of the deck is the Zoodiac portion. The Zoodiac portion's pretty straightforward. All you do is you play the Zoodiacs, right? Their effects don't really matter too much. This one, when you use XYZ material, the XYZ monster gets the ability to, if it battles, you can banish the XYZ monster and the enemy monster. It's nice to banish things. This one, you can discard a Zoodiac card to draw a card. It also, all the Zoodiac XYZs gain the stats of their material, so this will make your Zoodiacs 1200, 400. This will make them 1600, 0, so this is the most attack points. This will make them 400, 2000. Has a bonus effect of when you XYZ with it. When your opponent activates a trap card or effect, you can detach one material to negate the activation. But essentially, these are just used to XYZ spam, which fuels the graveyard for the Tri-Brigade monsters to use banish from the graveyard to link with. And it also gives you access to Trident, which pops a card, and Divine Arsenal Zeus, which blows up the entire... It sends all cards in the field of the graveyard except itself. So, we can real quickly just go over this combo. It's really easy. So let's say you have like Thoroughblade, like you just have any Zoodiac. All you have to do here is, you link on top of it a Tiger Mortar, link on top of it a Chakanine. You can make Dread on top of it to pop one of their cards. And then if you pop one of their cards, you make Borbro. Alright, so Borbo, this one's important. This last one you want to end with, lets you attack directly with it. And then Zeus says you can just XYZ on top of a card that attacks directly this turn. So You attack direct. You pop a card Trident, attack directly. So you attack directly the XYZ monster. You put Zeus on it, and then Zeus has 4 materials. Zeus says quick effect, so either player's turn. You can just chain this whenever. Detach 2 materials from this card. Send all their cards from the field to the graveyard. This doesn't target. It doesn't destroy. So it gets around a lot of monsters that can't be destroyed targeted. And then a bonus effect. Once per turn, if another card you control is destroyed by battle or card effect, attach 1 card from your hand deck or extra deck to this card material. It's just a bonus. But essentially, you get a Zeus that can blow up the board twice on either player's turn, which is really powerful. If you're going first, you can also just alternatively end with Trident. Trident either player's turn, you can destroy a face-up card. So very good. It's a very straightforward combo we'll be doing today. All right, so let's get into the Tri-Brigade Zoo Link combos. They should be pretty straightforward. So the reason we run All Mirage is just to help out brick hands. Let's say you have a hand with like just Kit or something. Then you just summon Kit, and then you link into All Mirage. Kit's effect goes off to send a Tri-Brigade Zoo monster, or sorry, a Tri-Brigade monster from the deck to the graveyard. And then you just send Nerval, search Karaz, special Karaz, and then you can do his effect by banishing the graveyard to link summon. Ancient Warrior's Oath is the monster you can link summon for. On either player's turn, you can summon cards from your hand or field to the graveyard, then target face-up card your opponent controls. Return to the hand, particularly strong against extra deck monsters, so just bounce them right back to the extra deck. Furgit. So this one's a bit crazy, but during your main phase, you can special summon with level 4 or lower Beast Warrior, Beast monster from your hand. And you cannot use monsters linked materials for the rest of the turn except for, you know, the Beast Warriors, but that's like our whole deck. This card's sent to the graveyard. You can draw 1 card and place a card at the bottom of your deck. It's a link too, and it's just an easy way to like climb up the links for the bigger boss monsters. Next is Bear Brum. This card is absolutely amazing because it searches Tri-Brigade Revolt, which is like insanely strong, one of the strongest cards in the deck. So it has 2 effects. One is you can discard 2 cards, then target one of your banished level 4 or lower Beast Warrior, Beast monster, special summon it. You can use this combo to end with like Appaloosa plus the Tri-Brigade Revolt, but this is basically, it allows you to have an easy way to end with like the crazy boards like the Appaloosa plus the Oath Dragon like plus Revolt. If this card is sent to the graveyard, this is just even by linking it away, which is what you're commonly going to be doing with it to get to the graveyard. Add 1 Tri-Brigade spell and trap direct to your hand, then place 1 card from the hand at the bottom of the deck, so you can just search Tri-Brigade Revolt and set it. Next we have Harass the Vulgar, the Desperate, Doom Eagle. Okay, so as a bonus effect, this card gains 24 in attack, where your opponent has no monsters in their graveyard. But its quick effect, this is mostly why you play it, is you can target a monster in your opponent's graveyard, shuffle in the deck, getting rid of your opponent's resources. A lot of cards in this game, such as like the Golden Lord, are graveyard resources. You can shuffle them away, and you can also just use this to link climb into bigger things, and it randomly could get 400 attack, which is very nice. Next we have Tri-Brigade Rugal, another way to link climb. During your opponent's main phase, quick effect, you can special summon 1 level 4 or lower Beast, Wing Beast, or Beast Warrior from your hand or graveyard and get effects, and return to the hand during the end phase. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can make all monsters your opponent controls lose 3 attack for each monster type you control until the end of this turn, so you can like link it away and then weaken enemy board. Pretty nice. So you have Appaloosa Bow of the God. This is one of the main ones you want to end on. It's a link 4, which you can easily do because you can link from your graveyard by banishing a card from your grave, which is really, really powerful. It's kind of crazy you can do that when you think about it. But so you can only control 1 Appaloosa Bow of the Goddess. The original attack of this card becomes 800 times the number of link materials used for its link summon, often which is 4. Once per chain, so not once per turn, once per chain. When your opponent activates a monster effect, you can make this card lose exactly 800 attack. If you do, you negate the activation. So turn 1, you can end the turn with having like 3 to 4 monster effect negations, which is so powerful for a turn 1 play. Next, we have Access Code Talker. Needs some introductions. You can climb to make Access Code Talker and then blow up the enemy field and attack for 300. So when this card's link summoned, you target a link monster used for its link summon and gains attack equal to the link rating. And then you can banish 1 link monster from your field or graveyard, destroy 1 card your opponent controls. For the rest of the turn, you cannot banish monsters with that same attribute. So you can just like blow up 3 of their cards, make it to 300 attack points, and your opponent can activate cards or effect responses to cards effect activation. So this is just like an I win the game button. And last but not least, the card you're probably making the most is Tri-Brigade Shrog, the Ominous Omen. If this card is special summoned, or if another Beast Warrior Wing Beast monster is special summoned to your field, you can banish 1 card on the field. So this doesn't target, so it gets around cards that like can't be targeted, and it's just like insane in general to be able to like pre-commit a target before they respond to things. So it counts when it summons itself, so right when it's summoned you get the banish effect. Then after it's on the field, if you summon anything else, like next turn on your opponent's turn with Tri-Brigade Revolt, it will banish again. And as a bonus, if this card's sent to the graveyard, you can add 1 Beast Warrior Wing Beast monster from your deck to your hand. This is extremely easy to make because you're just linking from your graveyard with your Tri-Brigade effects. So on your turn, banish cards, on their turn, banish cards. Very, very powerful card. All right, that's the deck. Now let's get into some games. All right, we are Platinum 1. We are the highest rank in the game, the absolute peak, the zenith of ranked play. So we'll be playing, hopefully, some pretty competitive games. Let's see what happens here. All right, playing this one in Platinum 2. Flip the coin, see who goes first. All right, we get to pick. Definitely want to go first here. Set up a strong Tri-Brigade board before he can use interactions. All I can use is hand traps. And even if we win second, we have Twin Twisters for traps. We have hand traps for their combos. So first or second, we're good to go. Let's see what we draw. All right, pretty good hand. Pretty good hand. Let's start with a Tenki. Maybe bait out an Ash Blossom. We also have an Ash Blossom ourselves to stop his Maxi. So we'll search Fractal. We can send Fractal to the graveyard. Activate the effect. See if he has Ash. Herald. So we're playing Drytons. Another tier 1 deck. That's fine. Don't mind a Herald this early. Just wants to feel our grave. That's fine. So we can special summon Karas here. Sending Kit. When Kit's sent to the graveyard, it sends a Tri-Brigade monster from my deck to the graveyard. So we will send Nerval. When Nerval's sent to the graveyard, it searches a Tri-Brigade monster, and we'll get Fractal. Pretty straightforward. All right. So we can link 3 here. Or 2. We can even link 2 here. There's a few plays. I like to normally do Appaloosa and Revolt as my end board. I guess I could just show that here. Seems fine. Doesn't really matter what we do. I guess you get them all back with Revolt later. I guess we could just do the bounce guy, and that will leave what engraved? Just 1. I guess we'll just do this. We'll do this. You can then discard 2 cards. We'll discard our... So we can discard 2 here to get that guy, and then link with all those for Appaloosa. And if it doesn't really matter what we dump here. I guess we'll just keep Ash in hand in case these are late. Like Maxi. I doubt that's the case. So you can link with all of these into Appaloosa. Appaloosa, very, very strong. Once per chain, not once per turn, once per chain. Allows you to negate a monster effect. Very strong with Dragon, they have tons of monster effects. Then you use Bear Brum, which can search Tri-Brigade Vault, which is like honestly absolutely insane. You can search a card. This is like the strongest card in the whole deck. You do have to put a card at the bottom of the deck, but that's fine. Put back the Ash because we know we're safe now. So now we have 4 monster negates, and on his turn, we can flip this card, banish a card he has, non-targeting, and we can get all of our graveyard effects. So these will all come back, or these cards we just banished, come back. We can put them on the graveyard, like Nerval will search another card, Kit will dump another card, refueling our grave, and we're pretty much good to go. So yeah, GG. All right, found ourselves a plat opponent. Coin flip C goes first. All right, we're gonna choose to go first. We want to do our Tri-Brigade combos, but I don't have like traps out. A lot more things we don't have to play through when we're going first. And we have good stuff going second, like Twin Twister and stuff for combos. But yeah, I'm gonna go first, try and get a good board to start the game. All right, pretty good hand to start off. So we're gonna start off with Fractal, discard it to send Kit, as we talked about. Let's see if he has a hand trap here. Fractal will send Kit, and then when Kit's sent to the graveyard, it sends another Tri-Brigade monster to the graveyard. We will then send Nerval. When Nerval is sent to the graveyard, it allows us to search a Tri-Brigade monster. So we already have Karas here for the special summon. So we're just going to go ahead and... Okay, I don't know if he was thinking, if you wanted to Ash Thunder earlier, I guess. I guess there's reason not to. Thinks we can just extend anyway, but We'll get Fractal. So now we have 3 Beast, Beast Warrior, Wing Beast, whatever in grave to try and do our combos. Here we could honestly pop Desires to try and get an Ash just in case he's holding Maxi. This could help us get Ash's top Maxi. So I think it's worth going for this. Alright, so we have our own Maxi in case he has his. See, one great thing with this deck is that if they have like their Maxi, you can just stop. And then it's like not a big deal. We have plenty of ways to win otherwise. So he has Maxi. He's hoping to try and get Ash here to stop him, but it's not a big deal. We can still link for 1. We can still link for 1. So we can't just immediately link into Appaloosa. You have to like link climb deck. It's a fairy. Shrog is kind of pointless. I like Bear Brum a lot. Usually to search Revolt is like my go-to. This is really good. We could bounce one of his cards. I could alternatively just give him no draws. I think that it's fine to do a weaker play here. We have our own Maxi anyway, so we'll just do it for 2. And let's see what we banish before we so we got rid of both our other kits. Interesting. So I guess we'll just, it doesn't really matter too much what we get rid of. Like you can always get them all back with Tri-Brigade Revolt, but we're gonna summon the Oath. This card on his turn. You can send 1 card from your hand or field of the graveyard, and then target one face-up card your opponent controls. Return to the hand. Pretty straightforward. So very good. And all ancient warrior monsters you control gain 5 attack and defense. That's only him. So we have our own Maxi. If he doesn't have Ash for it, we're good to go. Even if he does, we have double effect failure. I guess the reason I really want to show this game is to show this deck is not like losing to Maxi. Like it's totally fine. Like he drew 1 card. If he didn't do that, we're gonna combo way harder. But yeah, it's not a big deal. Add a light machine. So it's either Dragon or Dryton. It's probably Dryton, honestly, because Dryton's a bit more popular. But we'll see. Yep, looking like a Dryton. So hoping, like really hoping, is that I'm answering Maxi, because I'm gonna draw a ton of cards. All right, special with a Dryton from this deck. This is the perfect time to use our Maxi, and let's see if he's an answer. It resolves. All right, so we both Maxi this game on even playing field, but see we're slightly ahead because we have some interruption. We already have a board. 900 attack's pretty good. We have DD Crow and 2 effect failures. That was really good. Can it attack this turn? Yeah, it can attack. Okay. So let's special on that. From the hand, that's fine. Let's draw another card here. So his hand's really strong, but I just don't think it's strong enough. Like, I'm going to effect failure the XYZ he makes, which will set him back a lot. And then on top of that, we just have a bounce, another effect failure, and a DD Crow. DD Crow's actually good in this matchup too. Can match a lot of stuff. They sometimes try to get the ritual spell back from the grave. They try to reborn like these guys from the grave. Definitely plenty of ways to show them off with DD Crow. And Swing Beast, so it fuels our Tri-Brigade Monsters. Alright, as expected, the XYZs for... Oh, I'm going for this here. Interesting. So this one... So this one can attack directly. He's probably going to try and attack and make Zeus, I guess, which isn't really that good. I guess I could just bounce it. I'm not sure that's what he's doing or not. I'm assuming he's going to try and attack directly to make Zeus. We'll bounce it. That's his plan. So I can use this whenever, right? Not just during the main phase. Alright, well let's at least force him into the battle phase first before we use this. Alright. So this card's really nice because you can send, like, if we had like a Nerval Arcade, we could get their effects off. We don't, but it's not a big deal. I guess, what are we going to send? Just some card in our hand we can just send. Do we even need Tenki? Our hand's so good. Our hand's so good, I honestly don't even know what to get rid of. I guess Tenki, which is crazy because the card's, like, really good in our hand. Well, we'll just get rid of that. So you baited this out, but it doesn't really matter. Okay, so you have Herald the Orange Light. Okay. So I maybe could have played around that, I guess. But I also don't think it really matters anyway. Like, sure, you get Zeus. So now he has, like, no cards. We have everything. We can definitely just play through Zeus. It's not really a big deal here. Alright. It's fine. We maybe could have effect veilered this, so that way it couldn't attack directly. It didn't seem that dire though. Like I kind of like the spot we're in. Discarding a Ben 10 is good for us too. Like he has really low steam, and we have so many cards in our hand. All right, he's gonna make Zeus here, but not too many materials. That animation's sick. Only has the 3 materials. So you can only pop once, like flip our board once. So he's ending? Okay. So our banish, we have the kits. Okay, that's fine. And how many, we have what? 2 revolts banished? That's fine. Alright. Well, see, our deck's good at playing around max Cs. Other decks aren't. This is one of the perks of this deck. You max Cs, like, alright, we'll just make one thing and pass. So our grave currently has, we have 3 total, including itself. I guess with 3, there's a few things we can do. I guess we could just bait him into blowing up the board, I guess, with Drytron and then cross. There's just so many ways we could just do this. I mean, we could just DD Crow, something proactively, and then try and use Shirog. I guess this isn't the worst play. We can get rid of this guy from his graveyard. We can fetch him from the graveyard. Alright. We can activate this now. We can link for a 3. So we link for a 3, and then we also use itself with that 3 to make a 4. I guess we can also shuffle a card from his grave. Doesn't matter too much which one we use. I guess we'll just go with this one. Is that fine by him? So he only gets 1. Like, he can only do this 1 time. Whatever he does, we'll just punish him for it. It's not a big deal. Alright. Fine. Let's show you guys the Tri-Brigade part of this deck next. So we'll just summon this. We can go ahead and, I guess, go for Tiger Mortar. Making sure we can't do it again. Go for Tiger Mortar here. So these just like, you just stack these for tons of materials on your guys. We can go ahead and just do the Drytron now. I guess we didn't really have to do Drytron now. I want to make Zeus, but we could have done this a different way. Alright. We'll just go ahead and use the effect. Get rid of this one because you want to keep the attack. It has the stats of its materials, so you want to keep the Thoroughblade on it. Alright, so let's get rid of that. And then this is 1 material, 2. I guess we'll just do all of them. So we're not going to be using them for the rest of the game. Do another one. Shockodine is interesting because it can reborn Tri-Brigade Monsters. We don't have to do that here though. Let's go here. We have 3 in grave. So we can just like, we can do a lot here. We can summon Karas, we can summon Fractal. I believe we have 1 more Fractal in the deck. Yeah, we can also attach this just to push for more damage. I guess we'll just get Fractal and keep it simple. What do we even want to make though? We're not gonna Shirog. We can link climb with Bear Brum. We can do like Bear Brum into whatever and just search Revolt. I guess that's fine. So we'll just discard this. Special on Karas. We could probably kill him if I like was a master of this deck somehow, but I'm pretty straightforward with the deck. Like I just know like the main combos. Yeah, we'll just use its effect. We'll get a Link 2, I believe. Oh, we can definitely kill him if I know what I was doing. But we'll get a Link 2. We'll get a Link 2. I'm not an expert with this deck. We'll just vanish like this and this. This guy. Link it up here. Can link again. So here you can make Appaloosa, but we're just gonna... I guess we could discard 2. Just special summon something. And then make Appaloosa. Yeah, let's just... Because we can just get 1 Baylor, 1 Maxi. Alright, so we can definitely kill him. But I want to end on Appaloosa Zeus with Revolt, just to show you, like, how truly strong this deck is. Because there's no way he's going to be able to beat that. So I'll make this. Yeah. This is a good showcase of just what the deck can do. So we'll make this. Appaloosa Both the Goddess. Then we can use Bearbrung. Then we can use Nerval. Okay. So we're going with Zeus, Appaloosa, Tri-Brigade Revolt with hand traps. We have to discard 1, but it's fine. So yeah, we have Maxi, Zeus, Appaloosa, and Revolt. Very good. Alright, everybody, that's the Tri-Brigade Zoodiac deck. I hope you guys enjoyed. I think it's the strongest deck in the game. Extremely well-rounded. I hope it was showed off during the video. Make sure, again, like and subscribe. Tons of videos coming this week. I'm talking like Blue Eyes. I'm going to eventually get tunes out there. I already have Shadal Invoke Dogmatica. I have Sky Striker deck guide. I think it's really good, so be sure to check out all the content here and be pumping out that Master Duel deck guides for you guys. But I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.